Yeah, you get to be seen. Let's do it. Share your streams. Share your stream chat. Share it around. Make sure Donny Boy gets a lot of people in the YouTube live feed comments. I don't often do this anymore. Bada bada boom yo, Donny Boy in the house. Welcome to r/confessions. I tried to make a video of this, but I was unfortunately it was like 30 minutes and I didn't turn the mic on. But I'm doing it again. And this time I've got a lovely chat going. So we're gonna avoid any like super serious confessions and anything that has to do with like sex assault or anything like that. We'll do some like either like wild confessions or funny confessions. The confessions on here are hilarious, by the way. And you might actually run into some that I found earlier. Could we read the one where the guy plays Fortnite and poops his pants and kills his little brother? What? Wow. What? Huh? Huh? I mean, if you can find it, sure. That is a comment. Wow, that went from 0 to 10 to 1,000. I gassed out my entire family, and my dad and uncles were blamed. How big is this? About 20 years ago, I, F, and 30 was at New Year's Eve party. There were between 30 and 40 family members. After pursuing the appetizer, I sat down to play poker. There were at least 8 of us, with me sitting on one end. Dad and his 2 brothers and the rest cousins scattered. We were playing for a little while when my stomach started gurgling. Next thing I knew, silent fart emerges, and I hope it's not... Oh my god. Unfortunately for me, it was rotten. Wafted under the table and came up to everyone sitting there at approximately the same time. Shouts of good God and holy crap while furiously waving arms around occurred by everyone. Then the accusations started with my dad and both uncles pointing their fingers at each other for the blame. It is well known in our family that all 3 of them leave a trail of silent but deadly gas bombs. The cousins join in pointing fingers while everyone is laughing hysterically, me included. Unfortunately for me, the laughter jiggles more and the scene repeats itself for going on 10 minutes. More people showed up to figure out what all the commotion is, and they join in the finger pointing. Not once does anyone point their finger at me. My husband walks up, recoils a bit, and whispers in my ear, "That wasn't you, wasn't it?" I still laughing hysterically. I nodded through the tears. Another cousin walks in. Oh my god. We're starting off really strong today. Another cousin walks into the gas cloud, takes one hit, and proudly declares the smell is coming from the oven windows and must be from the cows that are in the pasture behind the uncle's house, not his. Everyone accepts this answer and goes back to playing poker. No one but my husband, and now you knows it was me the whole time. Oh my god. What is the award? What is this award? Hold on, can I check the award? What? What is this award? Oh man, help unlock the leaderboard. Oh, it just took a million years to load. What is this? Which one is this? It doesn't say. This is stupid. I don't care anymore. I was waiting for someone to blame the dog. The story is called I Shitted on My Newborn Brother Because I Lost a Fortnite to Play. No way. No way. No way. I think you're lying. But yeah, I saw that. No. No. No, I think you're lying. I think you're lying. When I was 6, I killed my baby brother. Is this the one? Why the fuck you didn't show up? I'd tell you when I heard, but you banned me. Okay. Then don't tell me. I vandalized a public water fountain and I can't tell if I got caught. Interesting. I don't know why. My grandma recently died and everything feels so confusing. I feel you there. My parents are too distressed to ask how I've been. Started to get this impulse to write poetry or make a statement about something. I wore a black hoodie at night, walked to a park, and wrote, "Be kind to other people," with a paint pen. I wrote that after learning that my grandma's neighbor was taking advantage of her dementia by taking her money. Wow. I felt the headlights of a distant car flash across my face. I fast walked away from my graffiti and had a car slowly pass behind me as I walked back to my house. My neighborhood is super boring, so when something slightly illegal happens, adults go fucking crazy about it on Facebook. I feel stupid. I'm 17, I just wanted to do something risky before I turn 18. Something risky, and it's vandalizing a water fountain. Now, personally, I don't really like vandalism. I don't think graffiti on things that people use. Like, I understand graffiti under a bridge. But like graffiti on display, that like messy graffiti, I don't really like it. I feel like it's signs of an unsafe neighborhood. But doing it when you're 17, writing "Be kind to people," that's fair. That's such like a nothing burger confession. I feel like I wouldn't even be bothered or arsed to fucking care about my actions. I wouldn't regret it. I searched up the story and I found it. What's the title? My brother almost killed me one time. I almost died one time when I was in a traveling carnival when I was 6 years old. I lost my Pikachu in one of the rides or one of like something, and I went into a restricted access area and got hit by an oncoming like machine, like oncoming machinery. Like I got hit by something. If I were an inch closer to it, I would have died, but I just got like a small boo-boo on my head and I retrieved the plush Pikachu. I shitted on my newborn brother because I lost a Fortnite tournament. This sounds so fake. I shitted on my... Was it baby brother? Newborn brother because I lost... No, it's not here. I threw a ball at a kid's nuts intentionally and I lied to get out of trouble. Based. My brother pranked me with a fake lottery ticket, so I pooped on him as revenge. Maybe just search it off Reddit. That's what I did. Okay, that's fair. Here we go. I found it. Holy shit, I found it. I found it, Chad. I found it. This is so fake. This is so fucking fake. My name is Aiden, and this is my story. I am a top dedicated Fortnite player. I once played Fortnite for an eternity, the entire year straight without getting off the game. No. No. This is no. You're going to hell. Oh my god. Shit my diaper a total of 1,592 times. And I had to get a chunk. Oh, I don't even like reading this. So one day I was at a Fortnite tournament to compete for the grand prize of 27 cents. Dude, 27 said this is not real. This is not real. Money could change my life, as that could go towards more V-Bucks. Could it? My parents despised that I was going to make more money than them for playing Fortnite, and that I refused to get a job because Fortnite is my life. Did not want me to win the tournament. Okay. Broke parents. I'ma be honest. Parents making 26 cents an hour, that's terrible. Sorry. It was the final round. I was one final elimination from winning the 27 cents. My parents told me to get off the game and go take a shit because the smell of my 25 Popeyes chicken sandwiches coming out of my ass was reeking. Okay, but Popeye's chicken sandwiches are good. If I had the chance, I too would eat 25 Popeye sandwiches. What am I listening to? Dude, I don't even know. I refused because I wanted to win the tournament. Then my parents unplugged my PC as I was about to win. I got so angry. I screamed. I was overwhelmed with sadness. Suddenly, my body felt so much rage that I walked in my baby brother's room, pulled my pants down, and just started shitting all over him. My parents destroyed my electronics and forced me to go on a diet. Please help me. I need to know how old this guy is. I cannot with man. Finally, a believable Reddit story. I love how hyper-specific everything is. I want to read... wait. Hold on, wait. No, I need to search it again, because I prefer the Popeye's chicken breasts. I've never had one. I need to find it. Here we go. Oh my god. My brother pranked me with wow, this is wow. Wow, this is an essay. My brother pranked me with a fake lottery ticket. Happened a few years. Brother gave me a fake lottery ticket. Of course, my stupid ass thought it was real. Long story short, basically convinced me I won 10,000. I was excited, started jumping out up and down, enjoying it. 10,000 might not seem a lot for a lottery ticket, but I was really young, and so it seemed like a fortune to me. When I found out it was fake, my brother, my family, and our friends started laughing at me. At mom and dad. Your lottery ticket is fake. I was beyond heartbroken. I was beyond heartbroken and furious. I didn't speak to my brother for at least 2 days. He apologized, but I was having none of it. I was probably being a little brat, but I still felt really betrayed. A couple of days after the incident, I started planning my revenge. To be honest, I couldn't really come up with anything clever, so I decided to go for the most immature thing I could think of. I don't know how or why my thought process went there, but I decided to poop on him while he was sleeping. Stuck into his room at about midnight. He was fast asleep, so I took off my trousers and climbed onto his bed. I squatted right above his face and pushed with all the strength I had in my body. You have to understand. The moment filled me up with so much adrenaline that I felt like I was getting Imagine you wake up and you just see a giant turtle on your face. Oh man. Oh man. I pushed and screamed. And out came a massive piece of turtle and landed on his face. He woke up immediately, got the hell out of his bed. I tripped and fell because I was in such a rush. He didn't know what was going on at first, but I could tell the smell in the massive turtle's face made him extremely uncomfortable. When he finally realized what happened, he started screaming. I ran the hell away and locked myself in the bathroom. I forgot my trousers. The next few moments were the most terrifying of my life. I realized I just murdered. I feel as if I had murdered somebody. The intensity that I felt was beyond anything I could put into words. I heard him screaming and eventually realized that I was in the bathroom. He started banging on the door of the washroom. I didn't say anything though because I was so scared. He kept on banging and screaming. It wasn't even regular screams either. They were the kind of screams you would hear from someone who had just experienced something traumatic, which I guess he did. The noise woke up our parents and sister. I could hear them talking outside. My dad knocked on the door, but I was too scared to open it or even say anything. I could hear my brother crying at one point. Anyways, I eventually came out after locking myself in there for almost an hour. When I came out, my brother was in his room. I imagine he cleaned himself up in the other washroom. My parents yelled at me and called me an idiot. My dad kept going on about how I could have infected him with E. coli. I didn't really know too much about that, but I could say I was terrified and started apologizing profusely to my parents. The next day, my brother wouldn't even look me in the eye. Can't say I blame him. I probably went too far, and I definitely regret it. It took almost a week before he began talking to me again. My little sister thought that the whole thing was hilarious and is still making jokes to this day. I met 27-year-old female had to bury my face in my pillow so my furious giggles wouldn't wake up my fiance. I just discovered that my maturity level is equal to my 7-year-old nephew's. Bro didn't get his ass whooped? I guess not, man. Maybe the brother figured that having his entire family laugh at his brother for a lottery ticket, like he got what was coming. Nuclear revenge? What? Is this actually a subreddit? the fuck he's not sorry? I mean, I don't know if he's sorry or not, but that is hilarious. I do not care how sorry he is. That is fucking hilarious. One time I threw shit water at my sister's face. Why? Dude, I need to know I need to know why. My parents would beat the shit. Dude, my parents. I don't know what my parents would have done if I did something like that, because I would never do something like that. This guy. Okay, hold on. Is this man going to hell? Hold on. Hold on. Is man going to hell? We'll see it. Is he going to hell, chat? How many votes do we have? 1 vote. Dude, I think God would give him a pass. He's like, yo, that is the funniest shit ever. Just don't do it again. Deepest pit of hell for you. You will sit aside Satan. You will be, the role that will be assigned to you is when Sisyphus pushes the boulder up the mountain and it rolls down, it must squash you every time. Who said no? Somebody said no. Somebody said no. No going to hell for this guy. 6, 7. Oh my god, dude. What? Funny story about a mole up on my butt. Oh my god, dude. I thought it said up my butt for a second. And I would have been very, very, if it's just on... Okay. Oh, mole as in the dot, not the animal. Oh my god. I pictured like a mole up someone's ass, like one of those moles that dig in the dirt. And I was like, how does that even happen? And I was tempted to click just because of that, but now that it's mole on butt, like the dot, I don't care anymore. Random dump of the stupidity I've done to people. As long as he repents, he should be fine. Dynamic said no. As long as he repents, I guess. That's fair. I mean, that's how it works. Do you think Jesus is gonna ask him to repent for his shit for doing that? My name is Sam, and I'm honestly really shitty, and I don't know why I just can't seem to stop being a bitch, lol. Every time I date someone, I cheat on them if they don't give me what I want, vice versa. I don't know why I do it, just maybe I'm a greedy person too, which is ironic because I was starving myself. So anyway, yeah, I'm really crappy to my friends too. Ended up slapping one of them because she was complaining about some dumb shit and I couldn't take it anymore, so I slapped her. This was a while ago. Recently, we ran into each other and I made up with her. Now I've been feeding disappointment lately in the stuff I've been doing because I'm meeting people who does it as well. You're actually just a retard. You can't even type. You can't even form sentences, bro. The laughing emojis, dude. This guy is evil. This guy, I don't need to make a poll. Straight hell. You're even worse than the person who shat on his brother for the lottery ticket. I was talking with a guy and I really liked, but he's only interested in me sexually, so that's also, yeah, I don't think I can get him to genuinely like me, so I give up on that too. So I give, dude, this grammar is appalling. I don't think this might just be disability. I guess when I'm failing all my subjects too, I don't know what the heck are my priorities anymore. Dude, downvote. How old is this? Wait, hold on. How old is this person? Cake Day 2003. Wait, Cake Day is 2003? 2023? Is this person an actual baby? Maybe they're advancing really quickly. Oh, Reddit age. Okay. That's so stupid. Reddit records your Reddit birthday. Why do I hear a clock ticking outside my window? Yeah, you're cooked. SCP. SCP got you. It's that thing, like, the thing that clicks outside your window. I forget the one. It's like black and tall. A dump and run. Bathroom break was an emergency. A dump and run. Oh my god. More shit stories from Reddit. Between 10 to 12, some friends and I were riding our BMX bikes. East ended a few businesses. I was riding, suddenly I had to go to the bathroom, but I was at least 3 miles from home. My only option was one of these businesses. I chose the hair salon because it was closest. Walked in, headed straight for the bathroom, and I was done in bad shape. One flush wasn't gonna when I was done, oh no, the bathroom was in bad shape, and one flush wasn't gonna resolve it. So So I flushed and ran out of the salon, never to return. This is gonna be a shit video, literally true. Many years later, I was approximately 28. I got a job working in a chemistry lab testing food. The manager was really nice, so we would talk about various topics. He asked me if I had a family. I said no family of my own, but I have living parents and an older brother. I asked him about his family. He says I have an older sister who owns a hair salon in the East End. I started laughing, but I was able to ask if she owned the hair salon for a while. He said yes, and I was uncontrollably laughing at this point, and what an a-hole I was as a kid. I told him what I did as a kid and asked his sister if she remembers what this a-hole did. She remembered to please tell her the story. My boss returned the next day with a smirk. At first, it evolved into a chuckle. He said his sister and him laughing about it, and to be able to put a name to the flush and run kid. Okay, this one's not as good as the others. This one's not as good. The other ones were straight up gold. My mother is a terrible cook and I'll never tell her. I was mainly just venting. Okay. This is a short one, short but sweet. I miss my mother. I remember when she was a bad cook too. She used to not be able to cook well. And then she got with a chef and she actually learned how to cook really good. She used to not be a very good cook. I used to not like the food she made. I love her so much, dude. I miss my mother every day. Hug your moms for me. That's why I say that at the end of videos. Never told anyone in my 20s. There's actually a picture right over there of my mother. No, never told anyone for my 20 plus years of my life my mom is a bad cook and never will, except internet strangers. Everything is overcooked and under-seasoned. Meat is incredibly dry with no seasoning. Pasta is cooked to mush and jar of How do you What? How do you overcook pasta? That's actually rancid. That is abominable. Not even... You can't cook pasta? That's cooked. Dude, no. Put this woman on stupid food, dude. Whole thing is microwaved to warm the whole thing is microwaved to warm up the sauce. Why? Why? You can't spend time churning it in the pan. Not churning. Is churning the right word? Stirring it in the pan. I am thankful for having food on the table for free. However, it's just terrible. I had to tell someone I couldn't hold it in anymore. What makes it worse is that she takes pride in her cooking and enjoys it. Yeah, put her on stupid food. Put her on. Should we look at stupid food in a bit? Fries her chicken with water. You can already tell she's white. Fries her chicken with water. I mean, hey, I'm white. Okay, man. I am prideful of my race. I love being white. You know, like, I am an advocate for my own people. However, a good portion of the time, if there is a bad cook, they are white. And the reason is because white people often live in stable families, in stable housing, and therefore, they don't have to learn how to cook well with what they're given. And they're not pressured to learn how to cook, because it's inconsequential. You love being white, I love being black. Yeah. I think I am an advocate for being proud of your own race. Sometimes I feel really bad for black people, though. I feel like they have the worst neighbors. I feel like when they're in the hood, their hood brethren, their own terrible neighbors. I saw this like story on 4chan where it's like I lived in the hood my whole life. My family is a bunch of leeches. They're a bunch of like drug addict, whatever. I got a fucking 4.0 GPA and I come back in a suit and everybody was making fun of me for looking white. Some shit like that. I'm not like no racism. There's problems within like black communities. It's very apparent and they only have themselves to blame. If you want to change that, you should support the X After School program. Maybe I'll link it in the description. People go into rough neighborhoods, which are usually black, and rather than like donating to them, they give them classes on how to read. And I joke around, but you're making a video. You could joke around, I'm sure. Teach them how to read, teach them how to fix cars, how to unclog toilets. I mean, of course, they allow every race into their program, but it's mostly black kids. Black kids that, like, read it. I think I can't remember the stats, but it was, like, reading 324 books in the time span of a few months. I support Drake. I don't support Drake or Kendrick. I think they suck, both of them. Not as creators. I think Drake and Kendrick make some awesome music, but I think there's no reason to support either. Kendrick is a lying bastard who sticks in his own lane when it comes to making music, and Drake is also a lying bastard. Dude, this video is not sponsored. No, it's not. They don't sponsor me. Why would they? All their money goes into like helping the communities around them. And I'm a very huge advocate for like fixing the problems in black communities. I have a Reddit story if you trust me to say it. Okay, go ahead. Maxed out my loans and credit card, then fled the country? Wow. No way this is real. This is no way. Maxed out my loans and credit cards and fled the country. On my way out, I robbed my fiancé and abandoned him in Texas under the guise of taking space for a couple days and reassurance that nothing is over. We had signed a lease together and we were supposed to get married a few days later. However, after arriving in California, I lied to a judge along with my sister and best friend in order to get a temporary restraining order, but deliberately never served it so that he couldn't defend himself and so authorities would ignore him if he tried to report theft or abuse. Yo, dude. No way. If I hear anything about a fish, Dynamic is very popular for his fish stories. After filing for the order, I remotely locked and wiped his work computer so that he couldn't make any money and would eventually get evicted? That's overkill! No. Dude, women are so fucking powerful, dude. They have such strength in this country. It's so fucked. Men are oppressed. I don't care. I don't care if people call me an incel, but men are super oppressed. This would never happen to a woman. Women's power in court, women's power in the labor market, it's so strong. I remember very long ago on my stream when I said that, when I was like saying, yeah, men are oppressed in some areas, but women are super oppressed, and I tried to name examples off the top of my head, and I realized I couldn't name any. And I thought about it for weeks on end. I was trying to see what, like, ways that they were oppressed. No. I looked up a shit ton of things. It's just so... it's actually so crazy what they have on their side. A woman could also do this and also get she could also, like, throw in, like, in here and get away with it, hypothetically speaking. Spent the money he sent to me for the rent and bills on taking my friend to France. Never told him it was over because I wanted to get as much out of him as I could, and provoking him into panic and confusion fit the obsessed, unstable ex narrative. I was pushing to my friends and family to avoid having to take accountability. He loved me, so obviously he wouldn't want to believe the truth of what was going on. So this is fake, but this is entirely possible. Wait, I got one. My teacher told me I couldn't eat in class, so I made her eat her own family. Dude, I'm desensitized at this point. I was gonna say something about turning their brother into a femboy. How do you do that? How do you turn a sibling into a femboy? It's like when Cartman killed Scott's family and made him into a chili and made Scott eat it. I remember that. I think, hot take, I think South Park is incredibly unfunny. I don't think it's funny at all. I think a lot of the jokes are bland. I don't think it's offensive. I actually think it's pretty tame. I don't think it's offensive enough. It's just really plain humor. I think Family Guy and The Simpsons are infinitely better when it comes to being funny. Oh, there was this one too. I've been leaving notes on my robber's front porch for 2 years. This started in September of 2023. I took MDMA on a night, which makes it way more empathetic to the point where some people are willing to turn their wallet inside out. And this 300-pound chick took advantage of the fact that at just the right time asked for help getting an Uber home. I added her on Snapchat a year ago after being in the same group chat for about 3 months. I gave her my phone. Big mistake on my... Like, this shit right here... So retarded. Why would you do that for a stranger? Why would you give your phone to a stranger? That's so retarded. That's so retarded. Actual retardation. Started transferring all my money into her savings. When I sobered, I was rightfully pissed. I waited 3 months to message her. In the meantime, I kept monitoring her location because she's dumb enough to keep her location on. Wrote down her home address and shown on Snapchat. Now, you'd think that this person does, like, glitter bombs. Like, if it were me, I might do glitter bombs because it's funny. I would have called the cops because I'm pretty sure that's something you could do something about that. I decided it was time to get my plan into action. Enough time has passed for me to feel confident. 4 a.m. every 6 months, I would drive by her house with a note ranging from, I'm watching you, Shanique. Do you feel safe in your home? And I'm watching your every move. That wasn't enough. I have 3 burner accounts on Snapchat that I used to taunt her. She hasn't had her location on since, and no, I've faced no repercussions. Now, you have absolutely no case to get your money back now. I like how you were like, yeah, this fucking fat whale outsmarted me, and I've been doing exactly nothing about it ever since. Outsmarted me. As if the guy needed outsmarting. What a fucking retarded ass thing to do. Hand your phone over to someone. Oh yeah, just have access to all my fucking money. I probably gotta go to sleep. I got school tomorrow. Yeah, you go to sleep. Go to sleep. Off to sleep you go. Why the fuck did you kill Playmaker? I didn't kill him, I just sent him to bed. I just sent him to bed. Bedtime. Good night. My brother told my mom about search history, so I turned him into a femboy. I'll search that next. What was it? My brother told my mom about my search history. My brother told my mom about my search history, so I turned him. Can we find it in the search bar? I forgot Reddit had these Hey! RJ Red Joker! Welcome to the stream, dog. I'm glad you tuned in. Probably look it up on Google like you did with Playmakers. Maybe. Removed his what? Never mind, I'm not reading that. Alright, I'm done with confessions. No more confessions. I'm done. That was fun.